meio tarde, tá ligado? Aí na caminhada do carro até o portão, caiu essa chuva, a gente entrou no portão errado. Não conseguimos passar da catraca pra esse portão, não tinha ingresso pra vender também pra esse camarote. Aí a gente teve que esperar na catraca. Ó, vou te falar, velho. Até o rapaz chegar no camarote que a gente tava, pô, ficou uns 20 minutos. A gente chegou no camarote pra ver o jogo já tava com 30 minutos. Foi foda. Aí caiu energia também, velho. Nossa, caiu energia do estádio. Foi um desastre. E aí a pessoa não tinha como dar um apoio, né? Porque, tipo, acabou a energia, velho. Imagina, quando acaba a energia, fica todo mundo em pânico, né? Aí foi foda também. Tem que entender o lado da galera, mas, pô, a chuva... Se não fosse a chuva, a gente tinha entrado direitinho no portão certo. Faltava pouco, faltava 3 portões só. Aí, puta, entramos pra assistir o jogo encharcado, velho. Encharcado. Mas aí também mau calorzão ali. Já esquentou rapidinho. E secou. Nossa, que chuva, velho. Mas no final deu tudo certo. E a gente ganhou do Corinthians. Nossa senhora. Primeiro perrengue da Pietra. Gente, que loucura que foi aquilo, velho. Pietrinha se ferrou.
Imagine this scenario. You buy a little known cryptocurrency at $2.82 from a major exchange. The coin surges to $26.50 per coin, handing you a 9-fold gain. Sounds pretty good, right?
Yes. Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. I'm Austin. As we watch the Bitcoin price consolidate, dip, chop around, up and down. In today's video, I'm going to zoom out a little bit and talk about the wider crypto market. So, like always, check the timestamps down below in the video description. Seriously, we're covering a lot of different news today, so check the timestamps down below. And let's jump in. What is the most recent update with the SEC versus Ripple? Well, first, Brad Garlinghouse gives some very interesting insight regarding the country of Russia just being banned from the traditional SWIFT network. And is he or isn't he now going to use cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, to evade sanctions? Listen to this 90-second clip of Brad saying, no, it's a lie from the mainstream media. It's a narrative. Putin's not going to start using Bitcoin to buy, quote-unquote, tanks. And here's why. Watch this.
Correct. The sanctions are applied through what I'll call the choke points, the on-ramps and off-ramps. That's true for SWIFT. That's true for Ripple. Regardless of what I'll call just the plumbing of how things are moving, the choke points are the endpoints. So I think, when I step back and look at this, I think there is a lack of knowledge. I think people need to understand that crypto isn't this kind of black box. It's kind of back from when it was known as Silk Road. The industry has come a long way.
So an oligarch, or let's just say Vladimir Putin, couldn't finance tanks through Bitcoin.
Look, one of the things that people don't realize is there's just not enough liquidity.
Yeah.
Russia used to trade pre-sanctions $50 billion of cross-border kind of transactions per day. Crypto does not have anywhere near that. So,
right.
Ivani,
in the same way,
bom dia, Ivani.
Wheelbarrows of rubles
Está
or
dormindo,
Ukrainian
gente.
currency across to Poland.
Ela não gosta dessas
there
coisas.
are ways you
Aí
can
eu
do that,
vejo
but
de
it's really
manhã
not
as
significantly
atualizações do
dissimilar.
mercado.
Obsessed with it. It's like so weird.
I think it's a kind of clickbait. It's a hot item. I think people, it adds a relevance and excitement around some of these things.
All right. Very interesting perspective. Brad Garlinghouse saying that Bitcoin, the entire crypto market, is so nascent. It's so small in market cap compared to the rest of traditional markets. Russia's not going to be using it in any big means to avoid sanctions. Give me your thoughts on this down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Give me your thoughts down below. But next up, let's get to the real question. Where do we stand right now with the SEC versus Ripple?
And that the SEC, he was interviewed yesterday, Gary Gensler was, or maybe it was even this morning, and commented that, hey, we're going to lose some cases. This is the definition of
you think
regulation by enforcement.
He was going to lose. You think he was saying he's going to lose your case?
I don't know what he was saying. I think but he did say, hey, we're going to lose some, and we're okay with that. That's the definition.
Where are you on the case? Let's get an update.
The quick update, on Monday was the last day of expert testimony, expert depositions, etc. And so the case continues to move forward. We're expecting some decisions from the court, sooner rather than later as it relates to a couple of decisions before the court. But look, it's moved slowly. I think Gary Gensler has continued to kind of go with a narrative that crypto is the Wild West. It's not the Wild West. Are there bad actors? Yes, there's bad actors in all parts.
Well, bad actors in money laundering in U.S. dollars.
I found it fascinating from reading the documents for all the stuff they said about how bad it was that you did unregistered securities. They never say anything bad about your platform. Why is that?
And of course, well, the irony there is, we were in the SEC's offices. I met with Chairman Clayton. I was meeting with commissioners. No one ever once said, hey, we think XRP is a security. And they look backwards and say, now we think it's all a security. That's a hard argument.
Please come back. Brad Garlinghouse of Ripple. We are coming right back.
Okay. So Brad Garlinghouse, of course, I guess you would say this. He thinks that they have the win in the bag. Let me know what you think down below, but let's keep moving. And next up, let's talk about Ethereum 2.0. Is this upgrade still happening? Well, the Ethereum beacon chain, which is Ethereum 2.0, has now surpassed 300,000 validators with over $28 billion in Ether deposits locked. So although the upgrade isn't live yet, more and more people are choosing to lock up their Ethereum, become a validator, and support the upcoming network. Now, the Ethereum community has been running a parallel system at the moment that leverages proof of work and proof of stake via the beacon chain, and eventually proof of work will be phased out. But for now, the beacon chain runs in parallel. And even still today, more and more people are choosing to support. There is over 300,000 validators currently, which is up over 9% year to date, and that represents over 9.68 million in Ether deposits. And even though that eventual switch to proof of stake is coming up, The hash rate for Ethereum mining has never been stronger. Currently, Ethereum mining pools are operating at the highest levels during the course of the Ethereum network's lifetime. So we are at an all-time high for Ethereum hash rate. So the network is still strong regardless. But this brings me to my final question. When should we expect the inevitable switch? When is the final ETH 2.0 upgrade? Well, as of now, it's supposed to be in the summer of 2022. Because there is a difficulty bomb, self-inflicted difficulty bomb that's set to go off
Nossa,
in
já tá
June.
tanto tempo
This
aqui na xícara,
self-inflicted
velho.
upgrade would make
Já
it
tá
harder
tão
and harder
forte.
for Ethereum miners to mine and eventually phase Ethereum miners out. So at the moment, scheduled for June, but we will see. It has been pushed back many times before, so we will see. And next up, let's talk about Solana, let's talk about the sandbox, let's talk about Terra Luna. But first, please allow me to take 60 seconds to give a big shout out to sponsor of the channel, BlockFi. Earn an unlimited 1.5% back in Bitcoin on every single purchase with the BlockFi Rewards Visa Signature Credit Card. And I don't know, I just feel like some people aren't getting this. Literally, every single time you buy groceries or gas at a gas station or daily purchases you're going to make anyway, why not earn a little bit of Bitcoin back on every single purchase? Now, what makes this card different from the handful of competition in the space? With this card, there is no annual fee, which cannot be set for much of the competition. There are no foreign transaction fees. And you can see if you're pre-approved with no impact to your credit, there's a link down below. That's blockfi.com/altcoindailycc, link down below. And if you sign up right now, you can earn 3.5% back during your first 3 months on all purchases. So people are using it.
Deixa eu fazer um pipizinho. Nossa, gente do céu. A casa tá um mausoléu. Tá um mausoléu. Tinha que ver o tanto de goteira ontem, mano. Vocês acreditam? Goteira. Goteira pra caralho, você é louco. Nossa. Bizarro. Quem tá alimentando o Dino aí, hein? O Dino tá dormindo? Ó, o Dino. Aí sim. Acho que o Dino deve estar quase level 14. Falta um pouquinho, falta um pouquinho. O cabelinho tá vindo. Nossa, a casa tá com goteira em tudo quanto é lugar, gente. Meu Deus do céu. Que desespero. A sala tá cheia de balde. Bem te vi, porra, gritar altaço, velho. Então, carnaval, né, tropa? Carnaval, né? Vou esperar passar agora, segunda-feira, essa semana vai ser decisiva, crucial. Muita coisa vai acontecer essa semana. E ela tá pronta pra subir no altar. Não quer mais se machucar. Mas ao mesmo tempo ela... Nossa, deu um bug doido aqui. Voltou. Voltou ou não? Voltou. Ela tá pronta pra subir no altar. Mas ao mesmo tempo ela não aguenta mais ficar solteira. Oh. Voltou com delay. Sport ganhou do Bahia ontem.
Here for so long, and if we look at the graph on the 1 year, man, we tried to get out of it. We couldn't barely make it above 50 level, right? We couldn't even make it above the 50 level. We did a couple times, but it's shot right back down.
Vanilla esquece.
But I'm gonna say it again, dude. One day this will be in the green here, right? And we will be up in these ranges of 70.
Vocês já assistiram o Batman novo?
That's when you really need to actually take profit. It's very simple. Like, this is a great indicator for when you should take profit. Okay, so BTC. Okay, let's look at the total market and Bitcoin. 1.76 trillion. Volume is terrible today, 67 billion. Bitcoin has dropped below 40.
Mandar treininho já já.
So this is exactly what I said yesterday. I put this line here. I thought we were going to test 40K. We did, and we broke down to the downside through it, right? Through 40K. So we didn't get as low as like 37 or 35 here, but we're trying to hold this 39,000 right now. Where do I think we're going to go? Who knows? It's the same BS every time. Like, we're
O filme novo do Batman foi decepcionante.
Pump back up and hit this.
3 horas de filme? Ah, dá sono, velho. Dá não. Vai dar sono.
If you drag this out, we're basically testing it there as well. So it's literally since the start of this year, the 45K has been like the huge resistance here. So maybe we go back and test that. Right now, Bitcoin is just in this little range, right? Easily swing trading. We buy when it's down here. When it goes up, easy sell. If you want to be trading like that. So Bitcoin, as you can see, also we're printing a stack now. Let's talk about all. And the Russia situation is still controlled. Now let's talk about altcoins here. Anchor freaking protocol, dude. This thing has literally, you could have bought this at $1.40 and it's all the way up to $6, right? 6 divided by 1.4. That's a 4x. That is a 4x in a month, right? Or less than a month, half of a month. Why is this happening? Now, I checked out their Twitter. There's nothing really crazy going on for them. Like, there's nothing that crazy going on. I think people just found out that this thing has an extreme potential. So Anchor Protocol is still one I would keep my eye on. This thing could easily enter like top 30 market caps. Keep your eye on that. If you buy right now, you're already buying into something that has 4x, right? But it has gone, it has been at like $7, so it could continue up a little bit. Honestly, I would wait for retrace, get in. I'm not in Anchor Protocol, by the way. Now, I was also analyzing Lunar Crush here. If you guys know what Lunar Crush is, you can see the social rankings for crypto, right? You can see social engagement and shared links are down today because, of course, prices are bearish today. But MX token was one I was looking at. MX token was not pumping that much. Not really pumping that much, but the social score was way up here. Galaxy score 82. So keep an eye on that. This is an exchange in Vietnam, and there was a lot of press coming out about how this is going to be bigger than Binance and Coinbase. And they have 5 million monthly users. Like,
Keep your eye. Deixa eu ver.
an eye on these exchange coins. Also, if you're scared about exchange regulation, keep an eye on LCX, right? This is basically a bet against all exchanges that aren't regulated. This is a good one to accumulate right now as well. I do not hold any LCX, no MX, and no Anchor Protocol. I'm simply pointing these out if you guys are wondering what to research or what to look into right now. Now, moving on to some of the Russia stuff right here. PayPal has shut down its services in Russia, citing Ukraine aggression. Okay, PayPal shut down its services early on Saturday, citing the current circumstances, blah, 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 blah. Okay, what's happening right now? I am not a geopolitical expert, but I do understand what the underlying principle of this is. You can cut people out of the financial system. That's something we really want. Like, it's a real argument. Is that something we want? The ability to, like, shut out countries or shut out locations or people from participating in the financial system. Because like the TikTok video I posted before covering the thread about how freedom of speech is enabled by freedom of transacting. Like freedom of freedom of assembly is enabled by freedom of transaction.
Vocês ficam trocando uma ideia, né?
Right? You can have freedom to assemble, but if you can't buy the church and rent the space with money.
É, Fatinha, tomou salve ontem no Morumbi, hein?
Right? So there's certain things like freedom of money is the underlying principle in all of that. So Russia also banned Facebook, or Russia bans Facebook and restricts Twitter as it tightens the grip on information. See, like, okay, so here's first problem where they have full control of the financial system. Here's the second problem. They have full control of the social media, right? Blackman points out that the Global Blockchain Business Council annual report talks about exchange. Now, we've talked about this exchange.com, right? This is working with the World Economic Forum. We go on exchange.com. It's the same exact, okay, it's not loading. They don't want me to talk about this, man. Exchange has the same logo, the same logo as the United Nations Sustainable Development Fund, I think. Yeah, the UN Development System, which has the badge that Bill Gates wears. They're all in on it. They're all in on it. But this shows that they're developing a carbon credit solution on the XRP ledger for the issuance of tokenized carbon credits, right? Interwork Alliance, Global Blockchain Business Council. So everybody, like, how do people ignore this? How do people ignore this? Carbon credits will be a massive wave, okay? Carbon credits will be a massive wave. Yeah, the SDG, hold on, SDG. Yeah, Sustainable Development Goals, right? Yes, United Nations, right? The 17 goals, all of this stuff. Look, exact same logo. And if you want to argue about it, we can argue about it because they're the exact same colors. Exactly the exact same colors. It is like they are the United Nations, and they're choosing XRP ledger to issue carbon credits, right? And if you look into what this is, it's a regulated securities exchange, not a crypto exchange. Dude, I swear. So, okay, why is that important? Well, maybe they're planning that all cryptos will be tokenized securities and they will be put onto an exchange like this because the United Nations are involved right there. Now, let's talk about exposing Ethereum, right? Consensus lawsuit reveals that JP Morgan owns critical Ethereum infrastructure. Guess what? Final thing, and then we're going to cover three NFT projects right here. So this is Hedera Starter. Okay, Hedera Starter. I wanted to give a shout out to Hedera Starter. They have this UI that they've built right here. As you can see, it's literally DeFi on Hedera. You got the pools, statistics, you have the swap. I cannot wait for DeFi on Hedera. HBAR will explode. It should explode 10x from DeFi on HBAR. It should. Because you're going to have staking, you're going to have liquidity pools, you're going to have tokens being created, launch pads. you know, a ton of HBAR tokens being launched. I can't wait until the meme coins come to Hedera. It's going to be crazy. But let's move on to 3 NFT projects that I learned about in NFT Cabo. None of these are sponsored. The first one is City Packs. Okay,
The future of the web isn't just coming, it's here and growing fast. And today, with
to Fox Business News here. Willy Wonka says Brad has that settlement smile. Now look what he says right here. He talks about Gary Gensler saying that Gary said that they might lose cases, like the SEC might lose cases.
I mean, he was interviewed yesterday, Gary Gensler was, or maybe it was even this morning, and commented that, hey, we're going to lose some cases. This is the definition of regulation by enforcement.
He was going to lose. You think he's saying he's going to lose your case?
I don't know what he was saying. But he did say, hey, we're going to lose some, and we're okay with that. That's the definition.
Where are you on the case? Let's get an update.
The quick update, on Monday was the last day of expert testimony, expert depositions, etc. And so the case continues to move forward. We're expecting some decisions from the court, sooner rather than later as it relates to a couple of decisions before the court. But look, it's moved slowly. I think Gary Gensler has continued to kind of go with a narrative that crypto is the Wild West. It's not the Wild West. Are there bad actors? Yes, there's bad actors in all parts.
Well, bad actors in money laundering in U.S. dollars.
I found it fascinating from reading the documents for all the stuff they said about how bad it was that you did an unregistered securities. They never say anything bad about your platform. Why is that?
And of course, well, the irony there is, like, we were in the SEC's offices. I met with Chairman Clayton. I was meeting with commissioners. No one ever once said, hey, we think XRP is a security. And they look backwards and say, now we think it's all a security. That's a hard argument.
Please come back.
Literally so accurate here. That is the latest, that was yesterday. So that is the latest clip of Brad Garlinghouse Ripple lawsuit update. He said sooner rather than later. Are we going to see a settlement in March? I don't think so. I think every single person who's predicted settlement has been wrong. All of them, right? There's been plenty. Okay, moving on. Ripple is giving $1 million shared, but they're donating $1 million shared between refugees and WC Kitchen to bolster their incredible efforts helping displaced people in Ukraine and neighboring countries. Ripple is always amazing with this type of thing, donating to important causes. Very nice from Ripple there. Joe Burnett says, RIP Big Tech, we're building this on Bitcoin. Okay, so this is called the Impervious Browser, and it will be publicly released on April 7th during the Bitcoin 2022 conference in Miami, which I will be at. I will be at the Bitcoin 2022 conference in Miami. If you want your tickets, prices have already went up a little bit, and they're going to keep going up. So get your tickets now. Link is in my description. Use code Mason10.
Ontem não foi 5 meses.
So this is Zoom without Zoom. This is Google Docs without Google. This is WhatsApp without WhatsApp, Medium without Medium, payments without banks, identity without the state, all without centralized intermediaries and built in to the Impervious browser. Okay? Very crazy right there. If you're an accredited investor, you can invest in Impervious AI. Now, the one thing I said, this is amazing, but why such a horrible name like Impervious? I'm a fan of everything I see here except the name. Impervious is such a bad name for a browser. Search it on Impervious. Oh, just Impervious it. Go to Impervious. It just doesn't work. Impervious, such a weird name, but that is very cool. That's going to be launched in Miami. We have the Brazil Bank running like a competition with some teams about building a CBDC, like a challenge here. And they whittled down the competition from 47 proposals. And the important thing here is Aave is included, right? Aave is included, and we also have Visa, Consensus, and Microsoft. So they're trying to make a CBDC competition here, but look what this says. Additionally, so basically they wanted applications submitted that involved real-time settlement of tokenized assets, currency exchange, IoT, Internet of Things, and DeFi. Additionally, it was interested in projects that explored offline payments where both parties lack internet access. The participants are a mix of lack internet access? They are preparing for a global power grid blackout, dude. They are preparing, bro. Why would you need offline payments where both parties lack internet access? I mean, it's an interesting feature. We also know that XRP can do that, right? There's a way that XRP can do offline transactions. I think they're preparing for something crazy. That's Brazil's central bank. We also have Jacob King pointing out that MetaMask is now blocking all Ethereum transactions in Venezuela, citing compliance with laws. And this actually is happening. A bunch of Venezuelan people right here are getting blocked from using MetaMask. They cannot use it right now because of compliance with laws. 99% of cryptocurrencies and platforms that call themselves decentralized are not. They only say it for marketing purposes. This is a fact, absolute fact right there. We need to be careful with what we think is centralized. Like, can Ledger do this? Like, what if your Ledger Nano X, you can't open Ledger Live? Now you don't have an interface to send anything. Could get ugly there. Now, QNT has just released Overledger 2.2.1. They're adding support for Polygon. Basically, all Overledger functions available for Ethereum can now be performed on Polygon. Very, very cool right there. Now let's talk about how NFTs are declining. This is the perfect time to actually buy NFTs because they are declining. Daily sales are down 83% since January 31. And we can see all of these graphs right here. This is on nonfungible.com. You can see all of these have decreased over the past month and a half.
Nothing so far. Já. Perdemos o primeiro gol do São Paulo. Família, a gente já tá quase com 20 mil seguidores aqui, cara. Nossa, vi uma folha ali, achei que fosse um lagarto. A gente tá com quase 20 mil seguidores aqui na Bigo, velho. Que doideira. Maluco, tá maluco? Vou levar essa baguncinha aqui lá pra cozinha, velho. Ai, ai, ai. Ai, ai, ai. Ai, 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 ai. O jogo ontem, perdemos o gol. São Paulo amassou o resto do jogo inteiro. O Corinthians não apresentou nenhum tipo de ameaça. Bom dia, Larissa Tael. Assim eu não aguento mais. Então vem. Muito rápido, família. Um mês só nosso aqui. E já estamos com quase 20 mil seguidores. Então quem tá na live aí e não segue ainda, bora seguir, família. Bora seguir, família. Se eu ganho um beijo teu, eu vou até o céu. Tinha perdido minha escova, achei agora. Ou seja, 2 dias sem escovar o dente. Mentira, 2 dias usando a escova da esposa. Família, essa é a melhor escova que existe, ó. Curaprox. Opa. Ó. Ela parece que ela é vagabundinha, mas não é. Ela é suíça. E ela tem as melhores tecnologias. Ela tem a melhor tecnologia do mundo. Ela é bichona. É cara pra caralho. Ah, eu uso a escova dela, nem vi. Qualquer farmácia. Drogaria SP, Droga Raia, qualquer farmácia existe. Vende em qualquer farmácia. Não, mas não dividi a escova não, usei a escova inteira. Ela não divide a escova, mas eu não dividi a escova, eu usei a escova dela inteira, gente. Curaprox. Chama Curaprox. É, piadinha pra ser nossa. Curaprox. Aí, ó, escrever aí, ó. Tô escovando direto o dente com a Tandy. Ué, gente, o que que tem? Beija na boca, não pode usar escova. Beija coisa pior. Sabor preferido da Tandy? De morango, pô. Morango, sem dúvida. Mogango. Pietra, coitada. Os brinquedos não vão ser dela, os brinquedos vão ser meu. E eu vou emprestar pra ela. Vocês curtem, né? Giovanna Baby, não sei o que, perfuminho, pá. Oi, neném. Vem cá. Enfim. Que coisa linda. Vem cá. É ruim que vem, hein? Eu não vou não, pai, sabe por quê? Depois você fica se batendo todo, cheio de pelo. Engarde o leviosa. Giovanna Baby, né? Vocês gostam, né, gente? Coisinha de neném, né? 10 horas e ninguém acorda. Vou falar pra vocês, viu? Vou montar as paradas ali. Vou mandar um treino. Vou mandar um treininho porque ontem eu só andei de bike. Gente do céu. Deixa eu ver o carregador. Solzinho já tá fortinho, viu? Solzinho já tá fortinho. Hoje é o quê? Peito? É. Peito e tríceps. Ah, vou treinar aqui mesmo. Ih, vou treinar aqui mesmo aí. Aí, vou treinar aqui mesmo. A chuva de ontem, eu vou te falar, viu? Alô, galera, bate a mão e bate o pé. Bate o pé. Bate o pé. Alô, galera, bate a mão e bate o pé. E bate o pé. E bate. Não sei. Não sei nem se essa música é assim, pra te falar a verdade. Você fez um furto. Bora. A probabilidade de sermos surpreendidos por um aracnídeo muito feroz aqui é gigante. Tô falando. Aracnídeos, aracnídeos. Bora começar então com um crucifixo de lei. Vai dar certo. Passei um cafezinho, viu? Deve ter passado já, na verdade. E hoje ele tá pedindo, viu, velho? Volta já. Vai. Sem vergonha. Acho que é 6. 6 ou 7, amor?
Nessa parte aqui não é mais funda não, vai dar pra poder?
Não, eu vou subir. Nossa, o mato aqui tá foda, mano. Não dá pra subir descalço, não.
Esses matos aí é da gente sim, porque ainda tem uma alambrada aí, ó. Uma alambrada pra cá é a gente.
Não tem alguma tesourona aí de cortar grama, não, né?
Não.
Que aí eu tiro aqui pelo menos o lugar que eu vou passar.
Tem que mandar o rapaz vir pra abaixar isso aqui, ó. Já tá falando tênis.
Deve ter aranha pra caralho aqui, velho. Isso é foda. Caralho. Deu pra ver tudo, né? Vocês viram, velho? Eu achei que não tava filmando. Esquece. A casa aqui tá muito trampo, nossa. Tá dando muito trabalho pra mim. Não é por nada, não. Você viu que nojo? Nossa. É que ela nunca subiu lá, mas se ela sobe, ela sai correndo. Missões e mais missões, viu? Missões atrás de missões, seguidas de missões e mais missões. Nossa, hoje tá puxado, viu? Tá quente. Pensando duas vezes. abdômen. Terceiro abdômen. Bora, minha tropa, bora. O que tá rolando aí? O que tá rolando aí? Vocês sabem que tudo que vocês fizerem peludino, é como se você estivesse fazendo por mim, né? Bora. Tá puxado, tá puxado, tá puxado. Mac Van Van, Van Van tá ali, já sabe, né? Novidade pra ninguém. Esperando a brecha pra sair. Novidade pra ninguém. Agora o Mac, certeza que ele tá em algum lugar sentado, olhando pra alguém. Última de abdômen. Ai.
Lá. Rapaz.
Olha, Jesus. Tem que treinar, tropa. Vocês têm que treinar junto. Quando eu estiver treinando, vocês têm que treinar junto. O que eu estiver fazendo, vocês fazem. Vocês não estão prontos para essa conversa, né? Ai, ai, ai. Olha, galerinha. Falar pra vocês que não tá fácil. Esse cara, né? Tô zoando. Tava lá falando com a imobiliária. O bagulho das goteiras aqui, velho. E vou lá no mercado também agora comprar umas paradinhas pra gente fazer almoço. Seu Bevi que deve estar chegando aí daqui a pouco. Pra gente fazer uma sessãozinha. Tive ideias novas pra música nova. Esqueça tudo. E é basicamente isso, minha tropinha. Ai. Uxi. Família. Eu fico apertando os bagulho aqui, aparecem umas coisas que eu nunca ouvi falar na minha vida. Nossa, quase que eu... Vamos ver. Caraca, mó galera aqui ainda, família. Lollipop. Gente, vocês já apanhou demais, velho. É que tem comentário que não tem nem como falar, né? Mas, velho do céu, velho. Como que vocês conseguem chapar tanto eu assim, velho? O Lene tá mesmo, o Lene tá aqui desde cedo, velho. Lígia Cláudia. A gente tá tudo aprendendo, Lígia. A gente tá tudo aprendendo ainda. A mexer nessa tarde bigo. A mexer nesse umbigo. Ó, tirei do carregador agora. Vamos partir. Vamos partir, família. Nós vamos partir. Vamos partir. Tem máscara no carro. Carteira tá aqui. A lista tá no zap. Bora. Vai, Vaninha. Vai, seu doidinho. Já que eu volto. Já que eu volto pra você sair de novo, viu, filho? Mas enquanto isso, a sala nossa, como é que tá? Cheia de balde. Algum dia pega, velho. Aí, algum dia vai pegar, velho. Algum dia vai pegar, velho. Família, a Bigo não sei porquê, mas geralmente dá ruim quando a gente faz live dentro do carro. Eles acho que entendem como coisa perigosa ou uma parada assim. Na hora que eu voltar do mercado, eu vejo se eu ligo de novo. Pra gente ficar aqui. Fechou? Amo vocês. Vou abrir no mercado. Boa. A hora que eu chegar no mercado, eu abro. É isso. Não, é isso. É isso. Fechou. Só que é o seguinte. Até lá, eu não vou. Não vou... Como é que fala? Não vou deixar porque dentro no carro andando dá problema aqui. Na Bigs. Firmeza? Daqui uns 20 minutinhos no máximo, tô entrando de novo. Meio-dia, tô esperando vocês. É nóis.